My name is Hervin, and this is day number 46 of the Daily Journal video series, where every day I come on and I document here our journey as we try and scale our company. I also share any lessons that I find along the way. And so it is 11:50 p.m., about to be midnight. It is Tuesday, about to be Wednesday here in 10 minutes. Tomorrow we are flying out to Austin, Texas, going to a business mastermind. Super excited about that. I just finished doing a lot of support. I'm excited that we're leaving tomorrow. I'm excited for what we're going to be learning this week and this weekend. But I'm also a little nervous because there's a lot of support that I've been doing. Obviously, the reason I'm doing this video so late at night is because the support right now extends into these kind of hours. Just there's not enough time to get through everything. And so that's where we're at. So tomorrow we're flying. Today I've been thinking a lot about where I want to take this videos moving forward. So one of the things that I've been learning today, I actually found this channel for this person, and I don't want to mention it because I forget his name. Is like Justin Song, I think his name is. And I'm sorry if I'm messing that up, but he's this person who talks about how to learn, and I listened to like two videos today about how to learn, and it has been super super insightful, just getting to see how he talks about. And I've been thinking about that, like, what do I want to do? Do I want to share? Do I want to create content around the videos that I'm watching and share content around just a lesson and takeaways that I'm learning from watching other people's content? Do I want to do that and just kind of be a commentary, and on top of that, add my own twist to the videos that I'm watching, that I'm listening to, that I'm learning from, and share my notes, share my takes, my takeaways, my insight. Just that's something that I've been thinking about. Do I do that? One thing is for sure though, and I'm going to do something here on this video. I'm actually going to share my iPad here for a second. One of the things that I picked up from Naval Ravikant. So Naval, he actually says something, which is, in order to figure out something that works, whenever you're starting out in business, you want to put in your 10,000 iterations. And so I'm going to put over here 10,000 iterations. I hope I'm spelling this correctly. Okay, so you want to put in 10,000 iterations, and the reason for that is because the more iterations you have or you try, the more chances you get at finding something that works. So for the light bulb, it took 2,000 tries, 2,000 different light bulbs that didn't work before one that worked. And I don't know if that's exactly like, that's the what you hear, but you don't know if, like, light bulb 10 kind of flickered and then light bulb 11 flickered a little more. You don't know if like, it was 2,000 light bulbs that didn't work, and then or 1,099 that didn't work, and number 2,000 just took off. And so that's something that I think about. But in any case, the point being here is that it took 2,000 different tries, 2,000 iterations before finding the one that actually worked. And so one of the things that I've been thinking about is, how do I vary the amount of iterations that I'm testing? So when it comes to iterations, you can vary. You can, you can make very, like, drastic iterations, or you can make subtle iterations. So one of the things that you can do, for example, when it comes to YouTube, you can iterate on your intro. You can iterate on your thumbnails. You can iterate on the pitch of your voice. You can iterate on your like this, where I'm now using an iPad, so presentation. You can also iterate um, on the speed at which you edit the video. So editing, these are things that you can iterate on, right? So, and this is by no means an exhaustive list, but one of the things that I was thinking about for me is that because I am making these videos, these daily journal video series, every video is pretty much the same. Every day I come on and I give a little update about what I did, but because it doesn't vary that much from day to day, it ends up sounding pretty similar. And now that might be fine. You know, maybe in a year I have a lot of these and then we can kind of see the patterns. But in terms of, you know, I see the traction that these videos are getting, and it isn't that much traction. And I tested this the other day. By the way, if you can see here, whoops, I'm turning the wrong way. There's the luggage there in the background. So I tested creating a different kind of video. I created a video called The 10 Lessons I Learned from Watching Gary Vee's Old Content. And that video has gotten like 35 views, which obviously sounds like nothing, but these videos get like 4 views or like 3 views or 1 view. And so I've been thinking about that and I'm like, man, you know, the one that I changed it up and it got better results. You know, why don't I try different things? And so I've been thinking about this lesson about the different iterations, the 10,000 iterations, and something that I've been thinking about is this concept from marketing. So in marketing, you have something called A/B testing. Okay, so what that is, A/B testing, is that you take 2 different landing pages. Okay, so a landing page is kind of like a website. So you take 2 different landing pages and then you change something about them. So let's just say in the 4th paragraph of page number 1, I change something. Okay, so in the 4th paragraph, I change something, you know, and then later on, I compare to see, you know, after some time, I compare to see what was the conversion rate of landing page 1 versus 2. And I might have here landing page 1 converted at like 7%. And landing page 2 converted, you know, with the change that I made, might have converted at like 6.7. So you might get results like this. Like, is that definitively a better landing page? Who knows? Like, maybe we need more data to really find out. But the other thing too, when it comes to marketing, something that they teach you is that, you know, sometimes like making changes at the bottom of the landing page, you're barely going to see any results. So like sometimes you'll find that a lot of people don't even go to the bottom of the page. If you want to see more significant changes, change what's at the top of the page. So you could do something like this. So you can have, again, landing page 1 and landing page 2. And you can test something here at the top. Okay, so let's just say, you know, you change something, you change this right here at the top. And then when you do that, you'll find that one of them does better than the other. And so, but it might, you know, it might be really big difference, or it might be something like, you know, this one converts at 13% and this one converts still at 6.9. Now, that's significant, right? Like, that's almost double in terms of conversion. So, like, this one is for sure a winner. Now, those are the kind of results that you might see. Now, so these are 2 different tests, right? Like, the first one, we changed something in the 4th paragraph. This one, we changed something in the middle. At the top, and it's a more significant test because we essentially changed the first thing that people see. Now, when it comes to if you want to have an even better test, you test something like this. So instead of having two landing pages that are exactly the same, like this one, with the exception being the thing at the top, you try something completely different. So let's say you try a landing page that has a video and a button, and then you have another landing page where it's just text and a button at the bottom. And you see, which one works best. Maybe the text one ends up working better. So maybe this one converts at like 10%, and this one converts at a 5%. Maybe people don't like watching this video, or maybe this crowd doesn't even like watching videos, period. And so you find something like this where now this is wildly different than this one. And you now see, okay, people like to read more than they like to watch videos. And so what then you do is that then you test. Now you have two identical text pages, but now you change what's at the top. So it's kind of like this test right here where you change the thing that I was at the top. But first, you tested to see which format worked best. So first, you tested, video against text, and it turns out text might be better for this people, and so you then test what kind of then you start diving in a little bit deeper into it. So at the beginning, you can think about it like this. At the beginning, you start kind of wide. You test first, videos versus text. Later, you end up testing, the thing at the top. And then later, you end up testing something more granular. But at the beginning, you have to start wide, and then you start narrowing in on your test. But my point here is that, at the beginning, if you really want to learn what works, doing doing a test that's for wildly different variables, so that you doing two wildly different iterations is probably the best way to go in order to find really quickly what works. And so I've been thinking about that a lot and thinking about this. So let me make this even simpler. You can make a test. Let's say you want to figure out what shape people like better. So, you start out with a square, and then you make it a little bit longer, a rectangle. You make it a rectangle, a thin rectangle, and then you make one just a bigger square. And so then you find out that people like this one, okay. This one, they like it a little better. This one, they like it okay. And this one, kind of like 2.5 stars. This one has 3 stars. So this is kind of hard to know, for sure which one works best, which shape people like better. And so instead, maybe testing out something like this. So a much better test would be to do something like this. Like, which shape do people like better? Okay, so you'll find, because they're all very different, you might find that there's one that gets really good results, and then you're like, oh, okay. So it looks like the circle is what people like best. So then the next test is more like, okay, now I'm gonna test different types of circles to see which one people like best. And so doing this So at the beginning, you start out with very different shapes, and then you kind of start narrowing in, right? And using that analogy, I've been thinking about these YouTube videos where I'm thinking, why don't I just make a bunch of different variations, different iterations, try out a lot of different ideas and see what works? Instead of committing here to the daily journal video series as the format to follow, I don't know because I haven't tested that many. And so I should just test out different things here, create a bunch of different type of content, and then be able to know, let the data tell me, but just create wildly different variations or wildly different iterations. The more iterations, the more different they are, the better. So this can mean like right now talking to a microphone, or creating videos with an iPad, or creating videos instead with my phone outside, or creating scripted videos, creating videos where I'm not sharing my face at all, creating videos that are higher and faster paced and a lot more energetic, creating videos that are highly edited content. Try out different things to see what sticks, and to see what works. So that's kind of like the approach that I've been thinking about. Anyway, just wanted to share this with all of you. I've been trying to think about the content creation here and where am I going to take this. And I know what overall, like I mentioned this the other day with a Gary Vee video. Gary Vee, it took him 14, 15 years to be where he's at right now. So regardless of whatever it is that I'm doing, it just requires a lot of repetition and a lot of time. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at today. I've just been thinking about that. Besides support inside our company and so on, but I'm just, wanted to share here what I've been thinking about in terms of the content creation here. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening. I will see you all tomorrow.